No use getting into the long and skinny of it. You already know exactly what this video is going to be about, so let's get down to brass tacks. So starting off with the first race that we want to be talking about, we have the imps. In my opinion, these are pretty good. I think we're going to give them a solid B tier. They're kind of like a lower class nothing race, and there definitely is a reason why they're the lower echelon of society. But we get some pretty stellar characters in here, as well as a few shotties. Also, there's some really cool design details with the male and female differences, and it's pretty surface level stuff. But yeah, I think B is a good place for them. Next up, we got the Hellhounds. Gotta show some love to the furry community that made us. A tier. Of course, no discussion about races is complete without addressing the elephant in the room. Or should I say, horse. We're talking about horse race. This one's just a classic, really. There's definitely an element of camaraderie between man and beast. A lot of our imp friends actually like horses, so we're gonna actually put them right next to each other here in the B tier. Horses. I feel like it was fine. Succubi and incubi. I'm gonna have to put these in the C tier, design-wise. But you know, their motives and their place in the hierarchy is not clearly defined in the way that the imps are. Apparently they'll give you like the suck of a lifetime, but you know, I mean, it can't be as good as like getting from like a vampire or nothing. Holy shit! Jerk guys from Greed, ugly, smells like sushi. Why do you gotta have gills on your chest? You're walking on land. Next race, Tieflings, really underrated, absolutely goated pick. I'm gonna probably have to put them in A tier. Man, they got everything you need when you're building a character, you know, dark vision. All these hellish cantrips and spells. You really can't go wrong with the Tiefling in D&D. That's a solid A, way above the Hellhounds even. So the thing about the Sinners and the Vivzy Busy Univisi is that, you know, they're really hard to kind of like categorically lump into like one kind of race or even one kind of species. So rather than doing that kind of disservice, one thing we can all agree on is that they come from humans. And humans are ugly and smelly, aggressively mid, they're dumb, I don't like a single one of them, and they can't leave the Pride Ring, so absolute worst race. Witches, on the other hand, now that one's solid. I'm gonna have to give Witches an A tier, because although we get some bad apples, a lot of them are really cool, really good people. Magic comes straight from the heart, and this is a good-hearted race of folks indeed, for the most part. Witches are cool as hell. Witches get A tier. All right, so we got humans again now. I'm going right to the D tier again, man. You know, very amoral, very bad. Lots of killing, especially British people, just the worst. Closely related to British people, the Ars Goetia are absolutely an upgrade in every single way. As far as classes of demons go, they're probably the most physiologically defined. We've only met a few members of this demon clan so far in the show, and though I'm sure they all look exactly as they were portrayed in the Bible, Bird Daddy is fucking just out of this world, and the only reason that they're in A tier as a whole is because Stella's just such a fucking bad character.
I like...
Next up, Claudio Sanchez. To be honest with you, I know dick about Coheed and Cambria, but if I don't put him up here in the S tier, Adam's gonna fucking kill me. Alright, next kind of race we have is cars, and you know, believe this or not, I think the positives of cars vastly outweigh the negatives. I think they belong right up here in the S tier. You know, Pixar made one of the greatest movies of all time, about one of the greatest machines of all time, one of the greatest films of our generation, one that is a lesson that is very, very philosophically sound and certainly anti-capitalist, and if you say otherwise, I'll delete you. Angels are really cool because they cover a really broad variety of creatures and characters. You have like the exterminator ones, you have like Lucifer himself, you have his daughter who is like a half-breed between an angel and a demon. The only reason I guess that we can't put them higher up is because a lot of what we've got to go on is speculation. But I really think angels are fascinating as a sort of class of beings, and I can't wait to see more of them in summer 2023. Looks like I'm flipping you guys off, like very subtle of me. God, okay, we got one of the classics coming up here. Heartless has got to be one of my favorite races of all time. There has not been a single class of enemy from a video game that has ever been as impactful as the Heartless were in that first Kingdom Hearts installment. Gotta respect the classics, gotta put the Heartless in the S tier. You know, while we're here, we might as well just get through all the enemies. Nobodies are pretty cool, but I gotta give them B. I think the lack of variety hurts them a bit, and although they have the Council of Tumblr Sexy Men on their side, watch a video on that. It's just the fact that Xigbar just wants to shove the mobile game story down our throats in the main series. I really can't in good conscience put them any higher. Alright, we got Dream Eaters. They're alright. Last one's the Unversed. Honestly, Vanitas' Seed doesn't do anything for me. So really fuck these guys, especially those turtle-looking fucks. You know who you are! Alright boys, here is the big one. The granddaddy of all the races. The Daytona 500. And, you know, while you may think that posterity would be what seeds it a higher tier, you know, it's influential, it's a household name for a reason. But it needs to go into the C tier. And I think the reason for that being, you know, it's just a lot of going in circles. You know, you have the miracle of life that is the car. And you don't do anything with it. It's a barbaric sport, and it's a bit cruel to just, you know, waste some cars' time and tires like that. I think that much like the human experience, going in circles just has to go in the C tier. And of course, last on our race tier list, we have to talk about our last race, white. You know, I fucking hate these guys. So, I didn't like the one of this that I filmed the other day, so I'm just gonna take it again. And, first of all, if you're still watching this, thank you. I'm genuinely surprised because, well, you know, you may be wondering what happened to the tubular guys. And the answer I have for you is quite a bit. Originally, our plan was that we were gonna have an April Fool's video, and then we were gonna have the promised MILF Madness recap done around the middle of the month. As you can see by now, it's nearly the end of April. We missed not only one, but 2 funny days to upload videos, and for that, I'm sorry. As for what's been going on, things just kind of hit the shitter real quick. My girlfriend got real sick at the beginning of the month, and the past couple weeks have just been a lot of running to doctors, the hospital. She's on the road to recovery and doing pretty well now. But again, without going into specifics, she was in the hospital a few days, and now she's just finishing up bed rest. So it's been a lot of me caring for her, the house. Her parents were helping out a lot with that, which I'm really grateful for. But I haven't really had time to sit down and edit videos. I know Adam's been going through some life changes as well, which is why his haven't been coming out either. And I wanted to think of the best way to tell you guys this. So naturally, the all races tier list was made. I also haven't gone through the editing process or anything yet, so I'm not sure what's going to make the final cut, but recently I've also become a father of 2. We got these 2 cute little girlies sitting here, and I know it looks like I'm bullying them right now, but I'm giving them treats and stuff because we've only had them for a couple weeks, and we're trying to do like bonding behaviors and stuff so that they get used to me and they eat the carrots and all that. It's been a lot of busy work, a lot of learning how to take care of these 2 wonderful little angels. Again, it's not really fun stuff. So I'm sorry that there's not like a big funny reason why we haven't done this yet. But all the videos that we promised are still coming. We're still doing the MILF Madness recap. That's my next one. We're gonna watch Murder Drones. Looks like a new Funny Demon Show episode's coming out. So, I mean, maybe we'll do something about that. And maybe we'll do something about that in a new and unusual format. Or maybe we won't. I don't really know. But if you stuck around this long, thank you for doing so. I hope you liked our first very serious and political commentary on this channel. And anything else gonna happen? I don't know. You wanna come out? You wanna come out? Are you gay? Heartless Claudio Sanchez, Carson.